Good afternoon, and I too am here on behalf of Mrs. Gaines, and these are her words in regards to the valedictorian. If home base truly is the foundation of our school, this young person has been a cornerstone, achieving a perfect 100% record in home base all 4 years. Think about that. Never missing a chore or an individual meeting, or signing in and out from freshman year all the way till yesterday afternoon. I wasn't the only beneficiary of this hard work and dedication. He faithfully performed chores for teachers who didn't have a home base and needed his help. I could look forward each week to a grateful email or personal thanks from my colleagues. What a joy this student has been. This young man mapped a journey through high school that took him all the way to China for an intensive summer of language and cultural study. He continued in this interesting field 4 years and has made what I am told is outstanding progress with the most difficult spoken language and written word. He is gifted with academic talent, and he hasn't allowed that potential to waste. He has pursued the higher mathematics and sciences of his interest from our campus to the several campuses of Indian River State College, literally going the extra mile for the lab work and the lecture courses necessary to achieve his goal. My fondest memory of this unforgettable young man is on the day we spent an individual meeting filling up my whiteboard with a complex circuit college physics problem. Please join me in recognizing Avery Hyle, our 2015 valedictorian. Yes. And this is where I wish I could be present to give Avery a big hug. So I will do that for her.
Hello everybody. I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak to you all today. My name is Avery Hyle. I'm a student of Ms. Gaines' home base. I feel very fortunate to be here because just 4 years ago, I was living in a small town named Troy, Missouri. Several months before my family moved down to Vero Beach, we visited each of the schools in the area. They would have it that on that very day we're in Vero Beach, Indian River Charter High School is holding orientation. My family rushed to orientation that night, and we were amazed by the atmosphere Ms. Versa described. The rest is history. I feel blessed to have received my letter of acceptance from the school. I look forward to my transition into a high school dictated by each student's own personal responsibility. I remember being really nervous and shy at first student orientation. There were many students that had known each other from their previous middle school, but I had not attended Storm Grove or Oslo. I had no understanding about the favorite teachers, who so-and-so was, or even where many places in Vero Beach were located. After several weeks trying to play it tough and stick to myself, I began to really long to have more personal interaction with other students. Around this time, I switched into a biology honors class. I deeply appreciate Seth Kaiser and Faith Lees for making me feel welcome. They were the first two students to make me feel included and able to be myself. I cannot describe the impact they had on me. My decision to begin learning Chinese has been one of the most rewarding opportunities I've experienced while in high school. I was fascinated by the language and enjoyed learning how to say everyday English words in a whole new fashion. I was able to learn sensitive words such as "well I need" for "I love you," "piao piao liang lang" for "pretty," and "arbai wu" for this crazy American using a foreign language helping over a pretty girl. At least I can say "piao piao" with the biggest grin on my face. Piao piao. On a more serious note, China has really benefited my understanding of cultures across the world and has established more appreciation for the diversity present in society today. For much of middle school and high school, I was afraid of taking risks and fearful of being rejected by people. The self-inhibiting existence continued until I was moved with my uncle's death in November of 2012. My Uncle Randy was a man that had only been to meet a handful of times, yet his story inspired me immensely. He was a man who not only cared deeply about many people, but was also deeply cared about many people. His death at the age of 49 really saddened me. But it also conveyed to me that there's far more to life than school and gaming. I began to realize I was shooting myself down without even giving myself a chance. I value work on improving my sense of self-confidence and begin developing better relationships. I was no longer alright with all my life to be played out in front of me. I now want to become one of the players. I joined Planet Fitness with my dad shortly afterwards, and I've lost 66 pounds to this date. My junior year of high school introduced a lot of choices in my life. It became necessary for me to travel away from Vero Beach to further my studies towards computer engineering. I had been accustomed to riding my bike 13 miles to and from school for 2 years. However, a vehicle would be required between classes in Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, and Stewart. My parents generously offered to purchase me a car if I was willing to pay for my gas and insurance. I began working at Popeyes and Louisiana Kitchen the summer before my junior year. Working 27 hours a week since has enabled me to travel the necessary 350 miles per week to take the specific classes necessary to earn my associate's degree towards engineering. I feel that the pinnacle of my self-transformation was met this past summer during a school-sponsored study abroad trip to Beijing, China. I was very excited to see where my studies in Chinese could take me. It felt very rewarding for me to purchase the plane ticket with the savings I earned my first year working at Popeyes. After arriving at the college in Beijing, I began learning about life, both the Chinese people and the students from across the world. I was able to visit the major tourist attractions of Beijing and savor the amazing Chinese food. I gained about 8 pounds during my stay in China, and I don't regret a single one of them yet. I drink about half a gallon of tea daily, and it'd be interesting to hear what the cashier thought of the crazy foreigner's tea addiction. I also became really interested in playing soccer while in China. I allowed nearly 10 goals in an hour and a half of playing time as a goalkeeper. I realized I ain't got any game. So I instead decided to try my talents at the college's singing contest. There's probably something in my tea, but I decided to sing Let It Go. I cannot sing for the life of me, but I now know that my fears can't hold me back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Laugh out. Frozen is extremely contagious. I still love that song. I sing it in my shower at times. Although I was off pitch and completely blanked out towards the end, it was a really fun experience. My experiences taught me that there are 3 pivotal qualities key to improving any aspect of your life: embracing vulnerabilities, embracing diversity, and embracing sacrifice. My dad has told me many times that to share weakness with others is to make yourself vulnerable, and to make yourself vulnerable is to make yourself strong. Everybody is human. Nobody is perfect. Not only accepting your personal vulnerabilities, but also acknowledging them with others makes you a much more respectable person. Admitting to yourself that you have vulnerabilities is the first step towards improving yourself. Don't allow a fear of risk-taking and rejection hinder you from living. It is very important to live your life not in the past or the future, but in the present. The moment is fleeting. When you react to incoming stimuli, it is already part of the past. You do not realize what you really hold to be valuable until it is gone. I have learned that there are many different ways to walk the path of life, and you should never be afraid to stumble upon a new way. Every person has different experiences and backgrounds, which make them the person they are. Bruce Lee strongly believed in embracing the diversity present in the world. He once said to empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes a cup. If you put water into a bottle, it will become the bottle. If you put it into a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. So be water, my friend. Being able to embrace your vulnerabilities and embrace diversity is not possible without embracing the sacrifice required to act upon these discoveries. Embracing sacrifice is to have the drive to commit yourself to the hard work necessary to accomplish your personal goals. I believe that the ability to dream and aspire is one of the most beautiful aspects of the human mind. Turning these beautiful visions into reality requires a lot of time, dedication, and perseverance. There is certainly an ebb and a flow presence in the relationship between sacrifice, dreams, and reality. You will find the greatest happiness when you're able to balance that trifecta of ambition. I realize that I've been endowed with many blessings to be thankful for. I feel very blessed to have the immeasurable amounts of love and support from my family members. Having my girlfriend's presence and belief in me is motivation to be the best man that I could be. I could not possibly dream of a better group of friends than the ones I have met going to this high school. I am in debt to all the teachers that believed in me and inspired me. Ms. Tang and Ms. Gaines are both teachers who have especially impacted my life. Ms. Tang is one of the kindest people I've ever met and is truly a gem for the school. Ms. Gaines' passion for the sciences and her expectation that students exhibit their highest capabilities is really extraordinary. I never said this enough, but it meant the world for me to have such great people by my side. I am also especially appreciative of Francis and Ronald Jaff, Cumberland Farms, the Scholarship Foundation, and William Youngman for their belief and support for my future. I thank you all for allowing me these minutes to speak with you. Hope I didn't take too many. I wish everyone the best of luck on their journeys. As my next step towards my journey, we go to the University of Florida. Go Gaines!
This has been an eventful year as we have guided the senior class through their final chapter of high school. Indian River Charter High School is unique. We believe in fostering relationships. Because we are small,